right, so Loma Linda, the Coleman Pavilion glowy frame for the monitors. So what started out as a smaller boy with wood that's out in the lobby, that's all, forget all that. That's old busted. So the new hotness is this big boy. So that gives us the glowy frame and the main frame. So a few things to go over. Just want to show you some stuff. So with that being said, let's get after it. So you have the face. This is the deco frame. This is the bigger perimeter frame that gets the 1/4 inch applied to it. So you just get that bent up. And then this is the mounting parts that go to it to mount it on the wall. And then this is the glowy frame parts, the illuminated frame. And then those are the 1/4 inch just decorative faces that get all painted up looking pretty. This is a SOP mod for our normal Nano that handles a keystone. So I went ahead and made it so it'll handle 2 keystones because I didn't know that aluminum frame, the illuminated aluminum frame, didn't know how many LEDs you're going to be using, how much product. So, and then we have 2 patterns, just make sure those get there. So for the main frame, it's just bend it up and you've got a seam. So you just go ahead and lords it all up, make it all sexy. That's the face frame. And then you just lords on the 1/4 inch bars all the way around and just make it look as good as possible. And then that's going to get all bondoed and make it look like one piece. The other part that I just want to point out to make sure, I'm sure you could see it from the PDF, is that the mounting frame is going to be 2 pieces that are going to get carried over. But install is going to have to break these off. So the whole idea is to Cleco it on there, and then I would definitely tack it and or weld it pretty good on one side so it doesn't break apart, but it does have to be removable. So I would do it on the side that doesn't have the angle. That way you can get more leverage, and they're just going to twist it and bend it back and forth and break it off. We call that what, children? Work hardening. Yeah, so you're going to make it back and forth until it breaks off. So, but it'll go over in 2 pieces. And install, I would suggest maybe putting the right side up first. And then that way you can rest this part right up against that part and then go ahead and nail down the other side of this. And then once all the pieces are up there, you can just go ahead and bend those off and just snap the middles. The other thing is supposedly, if everything goes right and the opening is the proper size for install, this edge of the mounting bar and this edge of the mounting bar should be right where the edge of, so you could kind of center it that way by eyeball. You do have a mounting pattern right here that, you can use the pattern, but essentially on the pattern, you'll have that line. This should line up, this line and this line should line up with the opening. And then this part here will kind of be over a little bit just to make the opening look good. So that's kind of how, eyeball that, see if that works for you. So that's the main frame. And that's how it gets installed. It's got screws top and bottom, no big deal. The glow frame, however, has a lot of moving parts. So we just want to make sure that everything lines up properly for that. So the LED strip is going to get mounted so it shoots straight at the wall on a little chunk that gets lords to the inside of the main frame. So the whole idea is that you're going to go ahead and do, like, the purple here is the mounting bar right here that gets bent, and then that gets put to the wall, top and bottom. So you can see here the purple that goes right along there, and then the angle sticks straight out, ready to receive the frame. So the frame you're just going to bend up like you do. It's going to be even. I think, what do I got? 1 inch on one side. Yeah, so 1 inch on one side, 1 inch on the other, and then that's that. Then you're going to lords in the orange boy here. That lords to the inside. You can see the Clecos there. And then that gives you this shelf here that points down to this. So this is your 1x1, boom, boom, and that gets installed. That gets screwed on in the field. But then you'll have this. So you'll be able to put your LED strip, and I would use the light tape, not modules, so that way we get a nice glow all the way around. But again, that's a lot of light tape. So I'm thinking you might have 2 circuits, or you could have as many as 4 circuits, because that's why I said I have 2 of these. Let's go ahead and make 2 of these boxes. but or at least I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I had two, quantity two. Yeah. Anyway, I just have one. We should be able to get it in 2 power supplies. If not, you're gonna have to cook up another of these boys here. Yeah, I think I brought this over from some other place. Anyway, so but that's what I'm thinking is even if this is like 12 volt, like principal tape that we're using, that we use on the Eisenhower Hall of Honor. Anyway, you'll have to have 2 leashes there. So, and I think that the leashes have to go towards the top, and then they're going to exit out, and then behind the wall there somewhere they can put this box. Anyway, but otherwise it's Lordson splice seam like we do. I do have room for that splice goes there. This should be okay. But yeah, you're just going to make these little trays and then Lords them to the inside all the way around. But otherwise, there's not really a lot going on with these frames. Like I said, they're just a 1x1 C-channel frame we're making, and then 2 mounting frames. And then they're just going to use the, there's no connectors for that. They're just going to use the pattern to put those up. So, and then hopefully that all works well. And then theoretically, the monitors will mount with inside this frame. So all the monitor mounting stuff should go right here. Hopefully that works for them. And then that's what it's going to look like. So anyway, just wanted to point those things out. But for the main frame, especially, just weld it on the one side, leave the other side. I would do the side that's not the angle bent side, and then install is just going to pop them off once they have them installed. So, but other than that, that's the Coleman Pavilion. So should be all good. But good luck. We're all counting on you.
Check.